While Turkey was providing every possible military support to the legitimate government to stop the coup plotter Hafter progressing in the battlefield, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan kept every way of diplomacy open for a ceasefire agreement to stop the massacre. Turkey and Russia brought the sides of the war together in Moscow. However, the coup plotter Hafter left Russia without signing the ceasefire agreement. Without losing his hope for a diplomatic solution, President Erdogan continued to work together with the European Union leaders. Unfortunately, the Berlin International Conference on Libya held in Germany, too, could not reach a solution. It was because Hafter wanted the whole control over the country only through military solutions. When that attitude of Hafter reached a point threatening the interest of Turkey and the future of Libya, Turkey intensified its support to Tripoli. The historical operation, conducted through unmanned aerial vehicles, quickly stopped Hafter and his supporters. The legitimate government retook the areas under the control of Hafter. Hafter militias almost began to run away. Turkey's support stabilized the situation on the battlefield. On July 5th, the Libyan legitimate government regained the control of strategic Tarhuna, which was the last city controlled by Hafter in western Libya. The legitimate government, recognized by the UN from now on, has turned its face to strategic Sirte city to bring democracy to the country and to establish order. Seeing that the developments on the ground were to his disadvantage, Hafter began to seek ways of stopping the progress of the legitimate government. His last attempt was the declaration of unilateral ceasefire in Cairo, where the government of national accord was not invited. But it was Hafter who did not sign the agreement on which all sides agreed in Moscow a few months before. This call of Hafter, supported by Russia, France, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates, was rejected by Tripoli and Ankara, who saw that it had no place in the pluralistic future of Libya. Despite the objections of the countries whose interests are interrupted in the North Africa and Eastern Mediterranean, and even despite the reactions of France, which forgets its own imperialist history in Africa, Ankara is determined to protect its brothers and sisters in Libya and Turkey's interests in the area. Regarding both the complete defeat of coup plotter Hafter and medical assistance or economic cooperation in the Mediterranean Sea, Turkey will continue to stand side by side with its ally